John Ulzheimer is known as one of our nation's most recognized credit experts. Having worked for 28 years in the credit industry, John has become one of the most prolific speakers about credit and the go-to authority on answers to credit-related questions. Credit Countdown with John Ulzheimer.
Hello, my name is John Ulzheimer. I am a consumer credit expert, almost 30 years of experience in the credit industry. I spent time at FICO, which is obviously the company behind the FICO credit scoring system, and Equifax, which is one of the 3 generally recognized credit reporting agencies in the United States. All right, so today I'm going to talk about, are you checking your credit reports enough? All right, so I'm going to give you a few options, and then I'm going to let you decide which option works the best for your particular situation. Everyone knows that you should be checking your credit reports from time to time. There are a variety of places from where you can pull your credit reports, and one of the more common places is annualcreditreport.com. Annualcreditreport.com is referred to also as the central source, and you can pull your credit reports from annualcreditreport.com every week through April of 2022 if you'd like. So if you're that voracious of a consumer of your credit reports, then you absolutely can pull your credit reports almost constantly if you'd like to. So let's talk about some options. So in my 30 years in this industry, I've seen every conceivable strategy when it comes to credit management. Some are good, some are not so good, and let's talk about them. So never. Some people just never pull their credit reports. There's no doubt in my mind that some percentage of the people watching today have never actually pulled an entire credit report. You may have signed up at some website to get a summary of your credit report information, but you've never actually pulled your entire credit report and done a full kind of triage of information or an inventory of the information on your credit reports. Never is not a strategy, okay? You've got to pull your credit reports more often than that. They're just too important to turn your back on for any extended period of time. They're way too influential for a variety of things in your financial life. Never is not a strategy. All right, how about once per year? Well, the 2003 amendment to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, called FACTA, the Fair and Accurate Credit Transactions Act of 2003, is what conferred the right to every single one of us to pull our credit reports for free once every 12 months. And that's where Annual Credit Report came from. It was a requirement. It's almost an 18-year-old right that we've enjoyed as American citizens. So once per year, you know what? 18 years ago, once per year may have made a lot of sense, but there are other options today, and I'm not sure once a year is really plausible any longer. Think about how often you get your credit card statements, or how often you get a statement from your car lender or your mortgage lender. You get that stuff once a month, okay? And every time you get one of those statements, it means that they have sent an update of that information to the 3 credit reporting agencies. And so checking it once per year, which is certainly better than never checking it, is not necessarily what I would call kind of aggressive management of your credit reports. But to the extent you want to pull it once per year, you absolutely can continue to do so through Annual Credit Report. Once per month. Okay, so once per month, I'm going to put a star next to this one, and we're going to spend a little bit of time on this one. Why do I like once per month? I like once per month because every 30 days, your credit reports go through an entire series of changes. So every single lender with whom you have an active account, so your credit card issuers, your mortgage, your student loan, your auto, any of those lenders that you have an active account with, meaning that you're actively getting bills from them every month and you're actively sending them payments, they're updating your credit reports once per month. And so your credit reports are going to go through an entire series of changes once every 30 days. So pulling your credit reports at some period of time once a month is going to allow you to see, hey, what changes were made to my credit report from last month? And then you're on top of your credit reports, you're going to be able to check for things like inaccuracies, payments that are not being posted correctly to your credit reports, and allow you to kind of pivot and do something about it prior to you applying for some form of a loan. Weekly. Because of the change, the credit reporting agencies have kind of voluntarily opened up Annual Credit Report to free credit reports every week. You can absolutely pull your credit reports weekly. Is that aggressive? It is. Is it better than never? Absolutely. Is it better than once per year? Absolutely. Is it better than once per month? Probably not. Because again, pulling them weekly, you're not going to see that full series of changes. You may see a change to one of your accounts, but not all of your accounts. But you know what? I'm going to put a star next to this one because I like more often rather than less often. And so to the extent that you get into the habit that you're doing something like this, it actually makes me very happy because I know you're going to be all on top of your credit reports and you're not going to be a consumer who is surprised when they go out and apply for a loan somewhere and they get a message back from the lender indicating that there's something negative on their credit. It's not going to be a surprise. You're going to be so on top of your credit reports. You're going to be actively engaged with the information on your credit reports, and that's where we want to be as consumers. This information, again, way too important to forget about or turn our back on for any period of time. So I like this option. By the way, I want to make it very clear. I'm not suggesting you go out and buy anything. You can get your credit reports free from annualcreditreport.com. They are the legitimate disclosure style credit reports that the credit reporting agencies have designed for your consumption. So you, regardless of which of these options you choose, I'm going to scratch this one out because it's just a bad idea. Whichever one of these options you choose, you can leave your credit card in your wallet because you're not going to need it. These are free options. So if you have any questions about frequency of checking your credit reports, or if you want to provide maybe another alternative, quarterly. Quarterly is not a bad deal. A whole lot better than once per year, a whole lot better than never. Let's put quarterly on here. Quarterly. I like quarterly as an option as well. So if you have any questions or other suggestions as far as frequency goes, drop them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to get to them. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great rest of your day.
For more videos and credit tips from John Ulzheimer, go to www.tradelinesupply.com.